before we get started, I gotta say this. Health services, right, should never be driven by politics. Plain and simple. Wouldn't you agree? Health services should never be driven by politics. And you're going to find out why I'm saying this. Because it should be driven by data. Data, which part of the country you live in. Data, you know? Because the health of our country should always, and I mean always, supersede the health of our economy. Huh? I'm going to say that again. The health of our country, the health of our people should always supersede the health of our economy. Because I'm going to say this until they cremate my body and take it off the coast of Miami and throw it in the ocean. I'm going to say this until they do that. There's no economy without the people. Huh? That's common sense. People come first. And no, people are not corporations, my friends. There is no economy without the people. I'm worried about my well-being. I don't know about y'all. I'm worried about my well-being. I'm not worried about millionaires and billionaires reaching their goal of $50 million in profit for this fiscal year, or whatever the case may be. I'm not interested in none of that. I don't know about you. I'm not interested in none of that. I'm interested in we getting well as a country. That's what I'm interested in. Now, having said that, I guess I get to the point. Because y'all know I'm going to come to it. Y'all know I'm saying this to say something. Everybody listen. I said it a month ago. I said, when we come back in a month, let's see what's going on. I said, because we're coming back too early. Y'all remember me saying that? Just go to YouTube and hit me up outside the round table and look at one of those earlier shows from a month ago. Let's see what I said. COVID-19 cases are rising. And guess what, everybody? Florida is one of them. Huh? Florida is one of them. Didn't I tell you that Memorial, I go to Labor Day again. Didn't I tell you that Memorial Day weekend was going to do more harm than it did good? Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all to stop listening to this administration? They don't care nothing about us. We got to think for ourselves. We got to think for ourselves. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, North Carolina, Arkansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, California, and even Alaska and Puerto Rico. Huh? Are y'all kidding me? And the one thing all those states got to come, you already know. Cases are on the rise. Cases are on the rise. Now, instead of declining, they're rising. If we waited to June the 6th, we would have waited to June the 6th to reopen, guess what? Cases will be at a 9% low. Cases would be at a 9% low if we'd waited to June the 6th to reopen. But guess what? The states that opened around May 4th, right at Memorial holiday, have seen a 20%, not a 20%, a 26% increase in cases. That's over a quarter increase. This is why I always say leadership is so very, very important. Leadership is important. Now, just 1 month ago, it's just 1 month ago. Now, listen to me, and maybe somebody can call in at 386-516-8030 and 516-8031. This is just me, or maybe somebody call in and let me know if I'm tripping or I'm off base. Because what Mr. Trump has done to me has come under dereliction of duty. I don't know how y'all seeing it. I'm seeing it as dereliction of duty. Because when he was sworn in, he took an oath to protect us, the people of this country. He took an oath to protect us. And instead of protecting us, he's making us sicker. That ain't dereliction to do what it is. He's making us sicker. Listen, I'm no politician. I'm a voice for the voiceless. I feel there should be an emergency meeting in Washington of those in position of oversight to guess what? To be overseers. Thank you. Do your job. Oh, I forgot. He fired them when they do their job. So that's why there should be a moratorium put in place on Mr. Trump and Moscow Mitch McConnell, the two greatest existential threats to this country. So you might say, well, what you mean by, what are you talking about, yourself? Well, he's got Moscow Mitch McConnell, leader in the Senate Majority Leader, doing nothing but confirming right-wing judges to the bench. He's passing no infrastructure bills. He passing no bills of any significance. All he's doing is trying to confirm right-wing judges so they can be in office until they die. Huh? You got a concerted effort by the Republican Party to stack as many right-wing judges and judgeships so they can rule like it's 1960 for the next 35, 40 years. Huh? What kind of sense that make? What kind of sense that make? He should be passing some infrastructure bills because that's what Trump called himself running on. Oh, we got the best bridges, one of the best roads, best highways. Our bridges are falling and our roads are crumbling. And they ain't passed no infrastructure bills. People get mad when I bring all this up, but it's the truth. I don't understand why people have a problem dealing with the truth, dealing with data. That's what you got to go on. Y'all sit here being bamboozled by a party, and everybody sitting there taking it, and I'm tired of it. If your job to oversee, oversee. Or we get some more people in there in Washington representing the Democratic Party. That's what we need to do. We need an overhaul. Listen to everybody. If we don't take back that Senate in November, it's going to be the same thing it was when Obama was in office. You're going to try to obstruct. We can't take no more of this. And I got a reason why I think all this going on. We're going to get to that later. Because trust me, I'm not putting no rabbit out no hat. I watch these people very closely. Because what I told y'all about my dad, what he told me, because I said every show, you don't watch the man, you watch what? His moves. You don't watch the man, you watch his moves. If you tell me you love me, if you telling me you love me and you stabbing me as you telling me you love me, am I going to pay attention to what you're saying or what you're doing? Listen, we got to take back the Senate. We got to have Democrats that's going to fight. And you Republicans, I know we're going to differ on ideology. I ain't got no problem with that. Because my show is what? What's my motto on my show? Stimulate conversation and assimilate information. That's the motto on my show. Speaking for the voiceless. Outside the round table, talking about issues that they're not talking about. Dealing with issues that they don't want to deal with. That's why I need my listeners to be inundating Congress, calling up, and getting these people to business and let them know, hey, we paying attention. Because you can go about your daily job of working and taking care of your kids and paying your bills and doing what you got to do because I know you're busy. I got you. I keep telling you, I got you. I'm not going to let it go down. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say it. You ain't got to worry about me being bought out of nothing. I'm the executive producer of my own show. I'm on GoFundMe now trying to get donations to keep my show going. Spending all my money on this show because this is how I feel. I put my money where my mouth at. But can you Republicans let people who at least are willing to work across the aisle? Can you just do that? Because what we have going on in Washington right now are two groups of lawmakers who can't even get together on one bill. The greatest country in the world. And you know what you have when you have that combination, nothing gets done. That's what you have, and that's what's being done. Nothing's getting done. Except for appointing federal right-wing conservative judges for life. That's all they're doing. And that's why I say the media is complicit. Why the media not speaking out on what's going on? Listen, you can go back and look at all my shows. Everything I talked about a month ago is coming now. Coming home to roost right now. Considering I kept telling y'all they were looting us in front of our, now that's coming out. I kept telling you they were looting us right in our face. And I get to that. Because I'm hot today. America, we better than this. We better than this. And guess what? What we're seeing now in this country with almost 3 weeks of protesting, continued protesting, is the country simply awakening. The country is simply awakened. And everybody is outraged. And what you see out there is a microcosm of America. Black, white, brown, Latino, Asian, rich, poor, everybody. That's what America is all about. That's what America, I'm so proud to be an American. Everybody have a blip on the road. Just one of our blips. But I refuse to let him walk out that White House having stole $500 billion after he ain't paid no taxes. We already let him off the hook for $1 billion in taxes with the Taj Mahal deal. If you think I'm gonna sit by and let somebody who ain't never paid no taxes and who whole life main purpose was not to pay no taxes, turn around and get my money and walk over to American people money like that, you think I'm gonna go down for that? Now they talking about they don't want to tell who they gave the money to? I told y'all. Getting back to Trump and McConnell. I digress. Getting back to Trump and McConnell. I believe in my heart, and I really do, y'all. I believe in my heart. Just think about what I'm saying. See, I watch this all the time. I believe in my heart that the rate that they are going confirming these judges has never been done in the history of this country at the rate that they're trying to push these judges through. Many not even qualified. To me, it's because there's some kind of play for pay scheme going on. Trust me. There's some kind of play for pay scheme going on with these federal judges. I don't know if some benefactor, some that dog money. That's why you gotta go back and revisit Citizens United. All this dog money, you don't know if he getting $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million for each judge he can get through. You don't know what they get, but they look awfully complicit as a bunch for it to be just happenstance. Trust me, it's gonna come out. I always say, whoever headed the Department of Justice of this next administration gonna have his work cut out for him. Cause boy, look here, there's a lot of corruption going on in Washington right now, in my view. I ain't talking about nobody else but me, HL. I mean, you got Mitch McConnell having the audacity to take, listen y'all, I can't even make this up. That's why I try to come over here on Tuesdays and report all this stuff. I can't make this up. You had Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, been in the Senate ever since, been in Washington. I don't know about the Senate, been in Washington ever since the 60s, man, 60s, 70s. Man, listen, it's time for that man to get up out of there. But I digress again, but listen, you're not going to believe this. Mitch McConnell took a 38-year-old friend of the family. He was a friend of their family. He was 38 years old. 38 now. Now I'm finna blow your mind. He was 38 years old, had never tried a case. Huh? He had a law degree, but he had never tried a case. Mitch McConnell put him up for a federal judgeship. Tried to get him confirmed for a federal judgeship. A 38-year-old guy who had his law degree, but he hadn't tried one case. And you trying to put him up for a federal judgeship. And you tell me ain't a pay-for-play scheme going on. Are you kidding me? You even try something like that on the American people? A great country like this? But here we sit. Let me ask you something else. I need you to sit back and envision what I'm about to tell you. If I made a movie, right, of a man who was Putin, but he disguised himself as an American citizen, and he somehow ran for election and somehow got elected. Right? But you didn't know he was Putin, but he's in disguise. Stick with me. Listen, when I look at how Donald Trump is doing our country, this is how a country would, in my estimation, be ran if the person at the top really didn't care about the people or this country. And even if there was a movie ain't got. You know why? Because it would entail somebody having to act as if they cared while not caring at all. He can't even do that. He can't even act like he care about us. He can't act like he care about us. So he wouldn't even got the part in the movie. But y'all know I got you. Because I sleep and eat watching their moves. But I digress again. Listen. I wouldn't put it past. You know Donald Trump owes a bank in China $200 million, right? Now, any sane person like us, the people who listen to, me and my directors and me and my producers and me and my listeners, we sane people. But you have to think outside the box. Remember I told you, we never thought this would be going on. It's going on. But it's going on, right? So listen to this. Apart from owing $200 million to a bank in China, Donald Trump, why does this guy keep poking at China? Huh? It's like he wants to start something, some kind of war, so he won't have to pay that money. To get out of paying $200 million, you think I'll put it past Donald Trump to put our troops in danger and for Americans to lose their life? He would start a war just not to have to pay that $200 million to that bank in China, so he can say, "Oh, we at war. I ain't paying y'all nothing." Meanwhile, we losing troops. You think that's far-fetched? I don't. You think I'm tripping? I don't. By telling you to get back to work while we sit as a country with 23 states with upticks. And he telling us to get back to work? Would you put anything past somebody like that? We see the spikes and upticks all over the place. And he telling us to get back to work and worry about the economy. But see, I keep telling you, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody who will listen, this is what you have when you have no leadership. Huh? This is what you have when you have no leadership. So now, the great people of our country have had enough. That's why they're out there protesting. And I keep telling you, we the people have got to take back our country by electing a whole new entire group of lawmakers and set the culture of fiscal responsibility. As Democrats, we got to get some fighters, period. We got to get some AOCs and that group, and we got to go in there and fight. Fight for progressive agendas. Our party, listen very closely, the Democratic Party has got to make sure we elect a progressive group of Democrats in order to hold Joe Biden's feet to the fire and make sure he tackles some of the progressive agendas that we need in place in this country. Like right now. I just need Republicans doing and on the Republican side, my friends, my buddies who we only get along except for politics. All I'm saying to y'all is this, man. Can y'all elect some younger white dudes? I'm tired of all these old white men who have been governing since the 60s, be an impediment to the country moving forward, man. That's all I say to my rich white buddies. Y'all at least get somebody, who gonna work with us. Democrats, we can at least get somebody who ain't gonna get paid off and be quiet while they're getting their relatives PPE money. We'll get to that after a while too. This is why I tell everybody who listen, a lot of this stuff is simple. See, they want to make it all complex and obfuscate, keep you confused. You set the culture. You know why it's confusing? Because you got laws made for some and laws made for others. Everybody got to be under one law. That's what confuses people. Across the board, everybody responsible for what they do across the board. Not this too rich to go to jail. Like I said last week, why is Bill Cosby still in jail? And Cohen and all the Trump sycophants are out doing their time at home. Just went to jail. I don't see no sickness with them. Put a bit for the COVID-19. Okay, with them, Bill fit all those. Why he can't finish his time at home? You making an entire bill just to get your buddies out? Why ain't no Democrats talking about that? Why ain't no news media talking about that? I brought up Bill Cosby name last week. I ain't heard no news people saying nothing. I ain't heard no black people say nothing. You need to get rid of some old white men in the Republican Party, man. And it did give us a group of people that can work with the other aisle in Congress, man. And I keep telling everybody, you gotta realize we still don't have no plan for this pandemic. You gotta realize that. Everybody don't start taking their masks off, everybody don't start congregating, and we ain't even seen the worst yet. Instead of everybody getting ready, if everybody would stay at home, then gave us that money, instead of that fighting and trying to steal it all, gave the people the money who the money belonged to anyway. We got to the New Year around Christmas time, we'd have been straight. Everybody could have had a Merry Christmas and all that. Now we finna have a messed up Christmas. Everybody gonna have to go back on lockdown again. You're not gonna be able to open this country like this. Everybody gonna go back like all the games we done made, we done lost. All because Donald Trump wanted his hotels open, making $500,000 a day. He wanted his hotels back open. All because Pence and all them guys, all them sycophants that he got, all of them making money off the stimulus money. Everybody but the people it was intended for. Gave us one round of chump money, chump change money, like we chumps. When they the chumps. Got rid of the watchdogs and put his dogs in place. Just so he could give all the money to all his buddies and steal all the money. And that's what you got going on. So he loves this chaos. He loves chaos. He just said yesterday, oh, look at the news. He said, I don't even like to look at him. He said that there's no need to say, why you ain't testing everybody? Where they playing at? He said, there's no need to test everybody because if we did, it wouldn't be no cases. There's so many few people. Are you kidding me? Here it is on the same day that half the states in America are rising. This man said that he didn't believe it. We need to test because it wouldn't be enough people to test positive in order to justify the tests. Are you kidding me? This is what you got as a president. This is who you got trying to listen. This is who supposed to be listening to us. Somebody who got the facts right in their hands and saying the opposite with the facts sitting right in front of them, with people dying right in front of them. Yeah, we got a caller. This is HR Side, the round table. How you doing today?
Mr. Sala, how are you, my friend?
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. I'm at work. My job went back to phase 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I work recreation.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to adjust my schedule to listen to your show. I kind of missed it last week. I ended up kind of adjust my schedule. I'll be back in phase 2. So I'm trying to readjust my schedule. I enjoy listening to you. But let me ask you program for a little bit.
Okay.
You have the question. Now I'm gonna be sarcastic here for a
Go
minute.
ahead. Pay devil's advocate.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
You ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody call in and tell you tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Now you tripping because you ain't listening to your president. Your president told you the reason the case is going up because he tested more. He said if he wasn't testing more, he's doing his job. That's why the case is going. You need to start listening to your president. Yeah, it is funny, man. It's comical.
Yeah, you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah, to listen to some of the stuff that this guy say, and his face will eat it up. But let me let you in on something else, a secret that we need to start listening.
Okay.
Because they're doing now what they did last election cycle. They're starting to put scare tactics and trigger words into the equation. So now the new boogeyman this year is Antifa.
Yeah. You notice that? Yeah.
Everything that happened is because of Antifa. You know, all the riots that's going on is because of Antifa. But let me tell you a secret. Our intelligence department, they intercepted some correspondence from some white supremacists, and they're the ones that are going out there
Exactly.
stirring up our trouble.
Exactly.
They're blaming on Antifa.
Exactly.
It's actually white supremacists.
Exactly.
But you know he's not going to buy that. First of all, he's not even going to believe his intelligence agency. Because, you know, the intelligence agency is against him.
Wait a minute. Now wait a minute. He believes them when they agree with him.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But now it's Antifa. And even the 75-year-old gentleman in Buffalo, the one that they pushed down, the one that Trump tried to say, they didn't push him that hard. You know, he kind of fell on his own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're saying he was Antifa.
Yeah.
And he was somehow trying to steal radio signal, you know, or something like that. And I'm like, how can anybody
Believe that.
follow and believe this guy? You know, that guy can literally say anything, and they'll buy it because he's saying, you know, I've done more for blacks than any other president, you know, maybe excusing Abraham Lincoln, you know. So I guess he forgot about, you know, Lyndon Johnson and the Civil Rights Act. I guess he forgot about that, too. But we also got to listen to what he's saying.
Exactly.
Because when he's saying that he did more for blacks, he mentions prison reform.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking that we're all criminals.
Mm-hmm.
So I did so much for you guys because I introduced prison reform. Oh, thank you very much. You know, for keeping us out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I call him Emperor Bunker Man.
But you know he's the leader of hyperbole. You already know that. You know, he's the leader of hyperbole. He's the greatest this, the greatest country this, the greatest that. He's a fit president. That's why he act like he was scared to death to walk down a ramp. You see, he looked old and infirm. He looked infirm trying to go down that ramp. I kind of felt sorry for him. Like, wait, man, is he walking like that? Is he playing or what? Then toward the end, he tried to do a little skip jump to try to act like. Oh my God. Oh man, that, you know what, that epitomizes it all right there. That's him personified over and over. A weakling. You know?
But no, he said he only went down to the bunker to inspect it. But he had to take Mariah and Barron with him. So I guess all of them on this safety team.
This guy never ceases to amaze me. You know, I keep telling everybody who will listen. He reminds me of that snake oil salesman back in the Western days that stood on the soapbox and tried when he was trying to get that hydroxychloroquine. He was pushing that like a snake oil salesman. Yeah, well, yeah, too big to count. I don't think he took it. I don't think he took it. I think he was trying to sell it. I think he was trying to sell that stock because you know we never see the stock go up and down like we've seen since he's been president. So you already know what time that is too.
Hell yeah. But I appreciate you giving me the time, man.
Me?
Before I get up, I want to make my personal of the week.
Okay.
Bubba Wallace.
Okay. And why is that?
Oh man, because he's the only black driver
Mm-hmm.
in NASCAR,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he's offended by the Confederate flag. Now that took a bit for him to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
He said that. When he said that, I said, man, you wasting your time. In NASCAR, man, you wanted them to get rid of that Confederate flag. You wasting your time. How about 2 days later? They said, we're eliminating that symbol. That's a symbol of racism. That's a symbol of oppression. We getting rid of that. I take my hat off to that brother. You know, like you always say, people that keep quiet, they don't speak up. They
You're
don't
right.
say anything.
Right. Right.
He jumped out there.
Right.
And by him jumping out there, he got things done, man. You know them girl boys don't like that.
Yeah. But I'm going through the same. I'm going through the same thing. You know, I work around a lot of white Republicans. You know, making a lot of money, and they feel because I'm okay. They feel like I should be like a part of that. And I'm like, if it ain't right, if it ain't fair, it ain't right. I don't care if I happen to be doing good in life or doing bad in life. It should be on my own merit, not that the field is tilted. You know, just like Reverend Sharp said, we just need you to get your leg or your knee off my neck.
Exactly.
You know, I can handle the rest. I don't need no handouts, huh?
One of us ain't doing good, and none of us ain't doing good.
Exactly, and that's what I say. That's why I always say, Mr. Scott, that we're all in this together. And see, that's what they try to do, divide us. That's why I call Donald Trump the Great Divider. I call him the Great Divider.
They say Obama was the greatest.
He never espoused to racism. This guy espoused to racism every day, man. Every day.
He'll throw big confident out there, you know. There you go. That's my African American. That was my African American. So they throw him out there, you know, to make us feel better.
Yeah. No, I think what they're doing. I think they took Trump and made him the president because they was mad. They wasn't thinking clearly. It was just they write a little different from us. They write by doing policy, making crazy policies like we've been seeing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I think they kind of got a shot yesterday with that LGBTQ decision that the Supreme Court made.
Yeah, but
Trump appointees that
yeah.
back him up on this.
No, one of them, just one of them. But guess what? It still got a long way to go. That's just one case. But I thank you for your call, Mr. Scott. We got to take a break, and I look forward to talking to you next week, my friend.
If I can fit it in with my phase 2 schedule.
Okay, no problem. We gotta take a break. This is HL Sala outside the round table. We'll be right back.
This is a station for gospel music on FM.
Be back. So listen, we were talking about Trump, but I want to talk about Santos. Santos, whatever his name is. Is my mic on? Okay, well, my headset don't sound like it's on. Anyway, let me talk about the Santos, another Trump sycophant. He stated just last week, right? I don't know if any of you guys heard about that. He stated last week that he wanted the kids to go back to school. This was this was like right before they had the spike down there in South Florida this weekend. It was the beginning of last week. He stated that the kids should go back to school. And when he was told about the state cases, he said, and this is why I tell you the tone different. He said, oh, we can open back the schools because the only people, he said the only people that were dying, wait for it, were the people 80 and up. So it's all right for the kids to go back to school because it don't affect them. It don't affect the people 80 and up. And I guess what I would like to say to this clown of a governor we got. So you tell me it's all right to send your kids to school so they can come back home and kill Nana? What are you saying? See, this is what upsets me. When we have no rational thinking at the top. The kids got grandmamas and granddaddies and uncles and aunts. What is wrong with the Republican Party? Where's the humility? Where's the empathy? Where's the compassion? Has the pursuit of money morally corrupted you and morally bankrupt you in this manner for you to say such harsh things to your constituents? Yeah, you need to go to school. Only people 80 and up, they don't run dying. With no thought, with no forethought that maybe those kids got grandmamas and granddaddies. What about them? If they had their way, I won't be able to do anything for us. Which is what they're practically doing right now. Which is what they're practically doing right now. I mean, they play this game of chaos while pulling up the greatest heist in the history of this world. That's what's going on right now. The greatest heist in the history of the world. Right before our own eyes. Trump stealing $500 billion, $500 billion of our money. That got me ready to jump off a building. I'm so incensed. The thought of his grubby hands on my money, my hard-earned money, upsets me to no end. You got major league owners in baseball won't even open up because they're making so much money off the pandemic, off the PPEs and the stimulus package. All the rich don't find out they can benefit, and they benefit. Well, we sitting around, and you know the rich people don't have to pay no taxes anyway. They find every loophole they can anyway, so you know whose money it is. The people who making $90,000 on down. People who need their money right now. They fighting and stealing our money right now, as I speak. Benefiting our money off of miseries. So it's up to us to make the change necessary in Washington to get the agendas pushed forward in order to live our life as we deserve. So y'all know what that means. Time to clean house. Huh? It's time to clean house. It's time. I can't wait till November. Huh? It's time for us to show them how we really feel about the job they've been doing. Don't that make sense? It's time for us to send a clear message that it was an anomaly. Huh? That this was an anomaly. Huh? It'll never happen again. We learned our lesson. $600 billion. We don't even know where it's at right now. They say $600 billion. We're talking about it on the news before I came here. Now listen, let me say something to you. I fought the Democrats. And I knew from the beginning, I told y'all, and all you gotta do is go to YouTube. If you think I'm just piggybacking, just go to YouTube and pull up any of my first 7, 8 shows. And I talk about all the stuff that's happening right now. I ain't got it off no news reel, nothing. Come from studying and watching them. When they did that bill, first of all, when they passed it in the middle of the night, like 12 or 1 o'clock at night, when they passed that bill 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night on a Friday night, I knew right then it was a bunch of horse manure. I knew right then it was a bunch of horse manure because it was emphatically stated there was going to be transparency and that they wasn't going to be able to use that money to pay their CEOs bonuses or to put back into stock, buy back stocks. Right? Remember that? And the first thing they did when they got the money was buy back stocks and get CEOs money, bonuses. That's why they had the best stock market in 33 years while we was going through the pandemic in April. Because they took that money and put it right back in the stock. So they just tell us anything but do what they want to do. Transparency. The stipulations put in place. The inspector general was supposed to watch all the money being distributed and report to Congress. That was another stipulation before the bill passed. So what does he do? The minute one inspector general launches an investigation, Donald Trump fired all of them, like 5 of them, in the course of 4 weeks, and put all his guys, none which are qualified. Just sycophants. Just hold that position and do what I say. If something come down the pipe that's true and I don't like it, then you say it ain't true. This is what we got going on. Everybody's sitting back, not paying attention. I'm sounding the alarm. I'm telling you how hard as I can. I think it's so important that I'm spending my money to do a show to tell everybody. That's how deep I believe in what I'm talking about. Because it ain't right. And I'm mad at the media. I'm mad at the people we put in Congress. Because all of them complicit. Now, when that money went out, we were supposed to know where the money went. Nobody knows where the $600 billion went. Nobody knows. Hello. Nobody knows where the $600 billion went. I thought we just talked about that before we did this bill. And you turn it right around, we don't know what the bill is. And they said they ain't telling us. Wait a minute. Let me see if I got this right. You finna take my money, right? Now, let me see if I got this right now. You finna take my money and give it to your friends who none of y'all need no money. Take our money that we need to get through this pandemic and use that as an opportunity to make our friends more wealthier with our money. Right? So now, when the Inspector General say, hey, Pompey and his wife are using taxpayer money to get their sisters to go and walk the dog or go and pick up the dry cleaners. Pompey finds out. He goes to Trump and Trump fires him. End of story. How's that being a watchdog? How you get to do that? Or say the president the only one can fire him. So what do? He's going to tell the president fire, the president fire him. He even said he did that. So in other words, if I'm an inspector general and I'm doing my job and I see some misdeeds, they're telling me subconsciously, keep that to myself. Huh? That I work for them and don't work for the American people. Huh? That's what they don't forget. They work for us. And that's why we need to send them a message. Hey, y'all work for us. We don't work for y'all. You ain't no monarch. You ain't no king. This ain't your money. Mr. Ambiguous. Ubiquitous. Mr. Ubiquity. He everywhere. All at West Point. Making a fool out of himself. Sitting on national TV just today when we get a spike talking about, oh, we don't need to touch everybody because if we touch everybody, there wouldn't be enough people to, and then Pence won, who was that? The name escapes me now. What state was that? They had an uptick and Pence wanted to say it was because they were testing more people, not because more people was getting it. Y'all ain't testing nobody. When we had that virus, we got that virus. Y'all ain't testing nobody to catch nothing ahead of time. You got the police out here looking like they from some foreign land with all this foreign world with all this top-notch technology all on their head and on their arms and face. Then you got the people that's saving lives with garbage bags, using garbage bags for PPEs. If y'all don't get this man out of the White House, I know something. We don't feel and bumped our head. I thought Congress put an oversight committee so that wouldn't happen. And what happens, it happens. I don't hear nothing. You know? We having a little technical difficulty. I'm trying to listen to my music to get my thing, and I think I got a mic that don't work. There it go down. Yeah, let it back to work. But listen, I thought Congress put on an oversight committee, y'all. But in plain sight, they're robbing us. So you know what we got to do? You know what we got to do? We got to demand that we see where that money went. So everybody, after this show, y'all know what to do. We got to find out where our money went. On both sides. You know, they said Democrats was having PPEs to their relatives. All this came out today. I demand that all this be made public, man. Congress got to act now. We need disclosure on every loan that went out. Are you kidding me? So listen. They're saying if you got less than $2 million, you don't have to do no disclosure. So if y'all get a loan, tell them y'all ain't got to do no disclosure. Y'all want y'all money. So listen, until next week, y'all tell them we want a moratorium put on this president with him and McConnell. McConnell cannot confirm another judge. And Donald Trump can't fire another person. This ain't The Apprentice. Do you see how many people he done fired since he been in office? That within itself shows you he's incompetent. Because if you got that many turnovers, it goes to the top. Anybody work their way in management knows that. But anyway, this is HR Silent outside the round table, and I'll see you guys next week. I'm out. I wonder why my damn what's called. I ain't even nothing yet. Oh, you know what I did? Yeah, cut off.